Hello, 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 everybody. We are back for another stream. I've just dropped my kids off at daycare, which means I get some extra time to play. Yay! I'm just going to do the usual test record and check that the stream is up. Might actually share it some this time. I have not shared it before. Probably smart to do. Just going to use my phone to share it in a couple of Discords. Everyone's asleep that I know because I don't really know many Australians, but yeah. That's all good. Yeah, so we finished off the two shops, finished off the Ender Chest shop, finished off the Honeycomb shop, which we'll go look at because I want to check sales. And yesterday wasn't feeling very well, so I tried to sit down a lot. So I was at my computer and I started work on my Halloween build. I'm really happy with the tree that I did too. It's really cool. It's really hard to multitask posting this stream and then like talking as well. So what's the time now? It's 10 a.m. So we're going to have 2 hours again just to have a look around on the server and stuff. I don't think it'll take me too long to do the shop. It's more like doing the little details and stuff. Like doing all the little like fiddly bits. Armor sand. I got a bit of redstone that I want to do for when you open the chest. I've already stocked it. I don't have a crazy amount of stock because it's just kind of all these shops are just kind of like bonus shops. Like we've got like a little Halloween competition, build competition going on. Okay, we got a couple of posts made. Do a couple more and then we'll get into it. Oh, it's turning nighttime, so better go sleep in a sec too. I think I have slept recently, like the 3-night phantom thing that you got to worry about, which normally is not a problem at all for me because I sleep at least every 3 nights. A lot of people have like problems with the phantoms because they like never sleep, but that's kind of, that's kind of their own problems. All right, I think that will do it. Jump back in here. I didn't actually do a sound check, so yeah, we'll jump back in here, see if it's working. Once again, we don't have any of the fancy things up. Yeah, we'll jump back in here. Oh, that's not working. Well, at least I know the sound's up. Okay, that's cool. A bit of power to my phone. Okay, so first up, let's have a look at what we've got so far. Yeah, so these are all like 9x9 plots, like the usual thing. Quite a few empty ones. Not many people have participated, and I think there were a little bit too many plots built, but you don't really know how many people are going to join because we've got so many people on the server and people go inactive all the time. yeah, so we've got a few shops up here. This one's really, really cool. I love this one. This one was done by Mikla, who is a fellow Australian, I believe. It's just like selling like 2 tall flowers. Should I just check up on chat? Yep, it's all good. And these ones are really, really cool too. There's one over here that's like a little like gambling game. This one is like a creaking store, so like selling resin and wood and stuff. This one, don't really know. Yeah. No idea what's meant to be going on here, but we've only got like till Halloween left. So basically you come over here, you get some free sand. You come over here, you like name your piece of paper, you enter. Quite a few people have entered. You pay a diamond for a 9x9, and if you want like to go up or down, you pay an extra diamond, which I did because I'm going to be doing some redstone. And yeah, this is like the gambling one, I believe, which was from yoga. All their shops is like gambling stuff. This is the creaking heart one. This one here is It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take This, which is awesome. It's like from the old school, like, Link. The Link games on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, it's basically just free end gear, which is really nice. They didn't actually put a sign up before, so I reminded them you should probably tell people that it's free. And we've got this one over here from Green Frosty. I don't believe he has any stock in this one, but it's basically just like a spooky like chapel kind of thing, which they did really well with. It's really challenging to build inside these plots, but it is also really fun to try and fit everything in. So basically you can have a solid block within your 9x9 and then one spot outside. So it would be like this spot if you built on there. No, he didn't. He kept it on the inside. But say this was like the 9th block here, you'd be allowed to build non-solid blocks on the outside. I don't know why they haven't removed all the scaffolding. Maybe they were meant to come back, and this window looks really, really cool. Yeah, maybe they were meant to come back and finish it off, hopefully, before the comp finishes and we... Getting all the sounds from here. That's so creepy. Yeah, this is Robco's shop. This is probably the best one. Drowned, phantom screeches, squid swimming. I'm assuming that's on like a heads on a note block. Yeah, and then it's just like spider eyes. You can just pay what you want. I think they're down here. A string, you pay what you want, basically. It's down there. And then there's like cave spider heads, and you can pay either diamonds or emeralds, and also cobwebs. I'm also selling cobwebs as well because I have my stock planned before he built his shop. I don't know why there's pigs in here. It's really weird. Yeah, I had my stock planned before he built the shop, and I'm also right next door. I did originally have this plot, but because these shops were like on the outside and there wasn't many being built, I moved my plot to over here, and I'm selling cobwebs as well, which is it's fine, right? But yeah, so first of all, we worked on these gates. We have the debug stick, which I've hardly used, but I did use it a lot on this build because these little walls aren't normally up as high as these iron gates, these iron fences, sorry. So I used a debug stick just to raise all these little bits up so they weren't like disjointed, and they looked really, really weird. I've never noticed it before, but I was really glad to have the debug stick. And also all these fences joining all the solid blocks from the graves. I used it on that. I used it to bump out these iron bars to like the full block, because normally it would only stick out like halfway. And then I used my armor stands to make these like cool little handles. I thought they were awesome. Started doing a little bit of decoration. So got like the skull head here. Basically I just I've got a shulker box full of like things that I want to try and use in here. And I've just started trying to like fit it. I've already put some stuff around. I've had some inspiration from my Halloween build, my Halloween cemetery that I did. And yeah, I took a bit of inspiration from there. I've taken a couple of the graves, like this one. This one's a little bit different. It's kind of a couple mixed together. The dirt I'm not entirely happy with, but I spent so long on it that I don't want to change it again because I wanted to have, because it was on a center block and I wanted to have candles in here. It's really hard to get candles in all the spots that I have. I can't put it on this half slab. It looks weird if it's off center, and this was like the only one that had like a center thing. So candles just like floating. I had this dirt over here. Candles just floating looked weird in the dirt, so I wanted to give it like a little plate. So we have a what is it? The pot like on an armor stand and then like lowered down, but it didn't. Nothing really fit. So originally I just had like these top dirts. Then I added like these ones as well, these little ones as well. Then I added the top ones back, and I fiddled with it way too much that I'm just going to call that done. Like this is only like a 9x9 shop. So you will notice that mine is like a little bit bigger. So I've got like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then on the outside of my 9x9, I have all my non-solid blocks, which is allowed. Not sure about these blocks, but they're kind of just like ground blocks. And I can just change them just to grass if I need to. And then so I went one over at the back, and then my one over at the front I used to do my gates and my little skeleton because I wanted to bump it out to my absolute limit. The tree did actually end up only being 9 tall. I didn't plan that, but I do love this tree a lot. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I normally when I build trees, I'll like build it and take it down and change it a lot, but I pretty much only removed, I think, 4 blocks from this entire tree, and I loved it straight away. So it was perfect. Yeah, so it's only like the 9 tall. I bought over this grave. This is my shop grave. I bought over like these little bugs that I'd made in my cemetery build that was on the inside of the like mausoleum thing. I put a couple of hanging roots just to give it like a tiny bit of a breakup. And I've also got the firefly bush. I've got it on a piece of the moss, like the pale moss. I've got it on a piece of the pale moss up there. And I've also got one kind of at the back on the same level. So at nighttime we get like all these like really cool fireflies coming up from the top of the tree. It's subtle. I didn't want them all up in here because we've already got the falling leaves. We have so much detail in here that I didn't want to put like how I normally do the firefly bushes. I normally put some underground. I never use them just out and about because I think like the animation of them, I think they just look really bad. The firefly bushes on them by themselves look great, but the animation on the firefly bushes I'm really not a fan of. But I do love the particles because it's extra particles we can work with. It's really cool. I fiddled around with the cobwebs a little bit. I didn't want to have them too forefront because they're super, super bright. And this build is meant to look a bit pale. So I've got it kind of like, so you only get a little bit of it there. This one's so high that you don't, like I did have it down lower and it was just too much. Yeah. Oh, we're going to get is there anyone on? Just yogurt. Don't sleep for a second, please. Yeah, we'll get the effect. I have some hidden torches down here, but it's the like the soul torches. So I've got lots of light around, but it is like a lower level. I originally did have some normal torches underneath and it was way too bright down here to be like spooky and scary and stuff. Yeah, so we have like the little particles coming out and it looks really, really cool. this path here. I actually built the entire ground first before I built anything. Like first I just grew a spruce tree because I didn't have enough of this. Then in the middle, then I laid out my pale moss. And I kind of marked out with some mud where, well, actually first I did gravel, but gravel was ridiculously bright, which normally it's not when it's up next to like a different block. But when you put it up against these kind of blocks, it's really, really bright. Yeah, so we have the little like eye flower popping out when it's nighttime, which is really, really cool. But you can see like a little bit of the light coming up. So I've got like one there. So it kind of like lights up behind the tree. We needed that little light behind the tree because otherwise everything here looked flat. So yeah, we put one there, this one here. So I've got it in between kind of basically before putting in these lights, everything looked flat. Like this all looked flat. Everything's really compacted. Everything's like, yeah, basically everything's compacted and everything looked really, really flat. So at nighttime when you get the lights coming through and like highlighting like that kind of the side of the thing, looks really, really cool. Oh, we've got phantoms. Okay, we'll sleep. Normally I don't get them, but obviously I haven't slept in a few nights. Whoops. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, so with the moss, with like the moss bricks and moss cobblestone, and then also with like the stone, what I did was I basically kept the moss as close to the tree as possible. So that would be like the shaded area. This is how I like broke up the decoration of, broke up the texturing of all the blocks here. So basically this part would be shaded. So that's where the moss is. This side would be shaded on this one, this side, and then this side. And then I put the stone, which would be like getting a lot of the sun. So like, you know, it's losing a lot of the detail and stuff. So that's where I've got like my smooth stone. So here and here where the sun would be getting it a lot. This one's got like a bit of cracked as well. Like I put cracked stone where I could. This one, it's not really in the sun, but you get the idea that it's like on that side. And then this side as well. We've got the smooth, we've got the stone. Then I worked in my pots. So we've got like one there, one on the side because we can't do the center. This one doesn't really have a pot, but on this one, because I've got the slabs down here, because I wanted it to be kind of like a taller tombstone without like the actual grave bit. And and also have a fresh dug grave. We put as many variations as we could into this tiny little plot. So I managed to fit 4 graves in here. I thought I might only be able to fit 2, possibly 3, but to be able to get 4 in here was really, really cool. So I went with this tall one. It opened up this entrance area a little bit so it's not like so compacted. You got a bit of room to walk, but I still wanted to have like a flower pot, maybe some candles. So candles weren't really going to work. And actually I could have done candles on like a copper rod if I'd put a copper rod on an armor stand and put candles floating here. But I made my own kind of like custom little pot thing. So this is like the normal pot. And then the bigger pot is on the armor stand. Basically, how you lower your armor stands, if you go too low into the block, they turn black, like they lose their light level. And I was playing on full bright like this. And I didn't know that the armor stands don't do that. Don't go black when you lower them down too much. So like I did this one and I did this one. And then I turned off my full bright because I didn't realize it was on still. And I had to like redo them, raise them up a little bit and fiddle with them as well, which was a lot of reason why I had to fiddle with this. Yeah, so this like these top dirt blocks are like as low as I could possibly get them without them going dark. We have a little like phantom head in here, but when I turned off my full bright, I couldn't see it. Huh. See, so this is what I'm talking about. When you turn off your full bright, if it goes into a block, it turns bright, which means we are going to have to lower that one down. So we might just do that now because otherwise I'll forget about it. So when you do like blocks coming through leaves to have like the spooky eyes and stuff, you have to line them up with where the gaps are in the leaves. Okay. Let me just check Discord. Maybe something's happening on Discord. No idea. Let's check. No, just the counting channel and the daily Wordle channel. And that's it. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you have to line them up with the holes and... Oh, back to Wordle. I got 4 days in a row of three, like only 3 guesses. I had like 4 days in a row of getting the word in 3 guesses. So that's all. I just had to tell somebody. Yeah, so you've got to line them up where like I'd like to have it in the middle of the block, but the pale oak leaves like don't allow you to do that. Okay, so we'll turn Fulbright off. We will try and unlock the correct armor stand. That's not gonna work. Okay, we'll lock that one up. Maybe we can pillar up and try and get a little bit closer to this one. So all the admins get like this. Every time I use an armor stand, if you're an admin, you get that spammed in your chat. Which most people don't care about, but it is a bit annoying when people are chatting. If people are chatting heaps on the server and then you're doing lots of armor stands, it is really hard to keep up with the chat if somebody's doing that. Nobody's ever complained, but I know it's annoying. Okay, so we only have to move it down 1. Let's see if we have to move it over. We can still see it. Make sure our Fulbright's actually off. Yep. Cool. Yeah, okay. We'll go up there and lock that one, and then we'll work on some more. Perfect. Actually, before we come back and work on all the details, I want to go check out my other stores. Take this so it's not messy, even though I'm going to use it again. Okay, so this is the store we worked on yesterday. We will go this way. The paths around here don't connect up the best, so you kind of just end up running through these like non-path alleys. We'll have a look at the paths. Yeah, if you're like over here, it's like you got to run this way, this way, this way, and then run that way and then run that way. So it makes sense just to cut through there, or sometimes just run straight across. It's not like laid out the best. Just heard a drowned. There must be one like underground. Yeah, so we're really filling out over here now. We've got like, I've put a couple of shops there. Rob's put a shop there. Somebody has bought this plot, but not built in it. It's coming along really nicely. We extended the board over here, and added a few more signs to include all the extra like streets that we built around the outside. So we built that street around there. We extended this. Originally it was just like this circle here. We've got a lot of expansions. Yeah, so I've got the honeycomb shop there. I've got ender chests, sweet cakes, and I also have a couple of market stalls. Well, a couple of exchanges and then like one that's actually my shop. I'll go this way. I've got all my shops like grouped together. So we've got the sweet cake shop, and at the moment I've got a Halloween special with like a Halloween pumpkin cake kind of thing. It's kind of cute, kind of spooky at the same time. Got our cool little sign that we copied along to the other stores. Making banners is like really, really quite easy for me. Making banners that translate to shields is a little bit more tricky because sometimes you make the banner and you go, yes, that's perfect, but you have to put it on a shield to make these kind of cool little sign things, and they don't look the same at all. So you kind of have to build them in like shield mode. I'll show you when we go over to the honeycomb shop. I had to build like a shield. I had to build a banner that doesn't look good as a banner at all, but as a shield, it looks all right. So we got our free cake testing here. Check our sales. Somebody's bought a cake. We'll be breaking out the, yay. I probably have way too many of these, but that's okay. I'll be able to break out the Christmas stock soon. I don't know what happened, but I came over here yesterday and my little armor stand person's arms were like disappeared. I know sometimes people on the server come along and they like blow stuff up. And then, thank you. Yakose, is that right? Yakose? Yeah, sometimes people come along and they blow stuff up and then we use our like core protect to like undo it. I really am annoyed by that because it doesn't fix the armor stands. So every time they do that, I have to come along and I have to like fiddle with the armor stands. Mostly everything goes back. Sometimes I have to remake signs and stuff. It's quite tedious. We've made some cake sales. I didn't expect anybody to buy these cakes, but yeah, we had to have them because it's a cake shop. So, any bread? Yes, we saw some bread as well. Nice. And I don't think anyone's using the carry bags, but that's fine. It just makes it easier. Like they could have put this, and this all in one inventory spot instead of I think it's getting dark out here. Yes, nearly. Yeah, they could have put it all in one inventory spot instead of like having 3 different inventory spots. I'm really annoyed at all this spore blossom stuff. It's so messy. It's too much because it goes like all the way over here. Anyway, we will sleep and then we'll look at the other 2 shops. Yes, you got it right. Awesome. Yeah, never underestimate the power of cake. Absolutely. Apparently you can find cake in trial chambers. I was trying to convince my server mates to buy cake before and they said they had got a lot from the trial chambers. Yeah, so we got our ender chest shop. So the banner for this one translated really well onto a shield to make the little sign. And yeah, I decided to make it 2-faced instead of just like one front face and then this one would just be a side. It does look a little bit weird, but it makes sense because I'm on the corner block to have it on both sides. Yeah, I've never got cake from a trial chamber before, but I'm really glad that I put like all this warped on the outside. It gives it its own, like, it separates it into its own little like feeling. It meshes well with like the sculpt blocks as well. It matches up really nicely. Yeah, so we'll go in here, check our sales. This one's still got arms, that's handy. Yay! We're in the diamonds. This one's empty. This one's empty. We're selling the little plushies, ender chest plushies. We can trade for mini blocks with the wandering trader. I had to sneak a couple of like lights in here because I didn't really have any spots. I think on my last ender chest build, I kind of like put some carpets 1 block down with torches under it, but it made it, and it worked in like a bigger one, like a bigger store, but with this one, it kind of just made it look like a hole. Yeah, so I put them up there. I did originally have them on these corners, like this corner and this corner, but then when you walk in and you're looking at this area here, it's kind of just like really distracting in your field of view there. Yeah, I've got the, yeah, I didn't know they had cake in the trial chambers. I don't actually know if that's a thing. Maybe someone just left cakes in one of them. I'll have to look it up. I've got the ender chests like hidden under these blocks. So I get like some really cool extra particles, heavy cores. I don't have one and I don't normally use them, but maybe for decor if I make enough diamonds, half price of the others. Yeah, so I've got the ender chests, always got to include our extra particles just under here, and I have one just under here as well. We have the little bit of orange poking through. Got our like glass panes giving the like the force movement. I'm not sure exactly how you say that actually. Implied movement, there it is. Implied movement with the particles. Ender chest particles. We have our little eye blossom there. Sometimes you can trade with the Wandering Trader. So what you're saying is it's possible that the cake is a lie. Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. A lot of people go to the same trial chambers. And they might have left stuff there. So a lot of people on the server go to the same trial chambers, and then once you've cleared one out, you go to another one. Oh, yeah. So this is the banner that I was talking about, the banner that I made. It looks great how it is now, but I made one, I already had made one previously. So I made like a honeycomb kind of banner, and then I tried to put it on a shield, and it just looked like a plain yellow kind of shield. It didn't translate at all. So I made this one specifically like in shield mode, and then maxed out my number of layers that I could have to make it in survival. And yeah, I think it worked really, really well. I had to trade with a villager to get the globe banner pattern, because the globe banner pattern is in here. But that took me a while actually, because I went over to my villager breeder and my villager breeder was like not working at all. I thought maybe it was just like the time of day, so I waited for the next day. I traded all the carrots and everything that I'd already got for them. But I do have some villages, I have some villages just under the ground here. So I went in, because I was selling villages at the beginning of the season when nobody had any, but everybody kept coming to the shop. So I moved a couple of villages over here for people to just breed up and take some villages out in the boat, because it's pretty connected. A lot of people live like here. You can boat around this side to get to where all the other people live. So yeah, I just put some villages in a boat there. Yeah, so we'll check out this shop. This is the honeycomb shop. I tried to make the bottle look like it had like a honeycomb kind of pattern on it. I think I did pretty well. The last one I built, I had like some fence posts up on the top, and I had like some live bees kind of just like on leads to the fence posts, and it was a bit messy. So they're gonna want me to do something. Maybe. I'm streaming. Yep, so we'll look at this shop. Once again, I put in the free carry bags because I am selling the mini blocks. It is nice to have the free carry bag, so once again, you take up like the one inventory spot. So we have, once again, we've got some particles working for us. So I've got lava right above this, like a hopper added to the head donation chest. So we can actually put things in it. That's smart. Sure. Be right there. Okay. I will take a note of my chords. I don't know if I can do it like this. 2, 7, 2, 2. I can hardly see what the chords are, so I think it's like 7, 1, 9, 6, 9, I want to say. Is it minus 9, 6, 9? I don't know. Let's just see. Yes, it is. Okay, so we can copy that when we want to come back. Can I do this? No, I've got to type it out again. Minus 2, 7, 2, 2, 7, 1, minus 9, 6, 9. I'm an admin, so I can just teleport over. I don't normally, but oh, I will just quickly just to help out. I think that's how you do it. There we go. Voice chat on. Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, so no one's able to actually interact with this?
Yeah, that makes sense. Give me a sec. I'll just go into creative. And I didn't notice because like I put my head in the chest and I didn't
no
realize
one can even
that.
see what's inside there.
Yeah.
Or put their heads up
Yeah.
wall.
That's really annoying. Right, there we go. Yeah, there's
Right.
no heads in there
I mean,
currently,
just,
but let me know if it works. Or if you do it. Nice.
It worked?
Yeah, there's 4 heads in there.
Good.
Good job.
They probably need to be added to the wall.
Yeah, that's Green's job, that one. But yeah, there's way more players than this. But yeah. Cool. I don't know who was meant to be working on Spawn, but what's all this over here? Starting up here, can you access these chests?
Yes, I've been adding sets of diamond armor.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is it empty? Oh, it is empty. I'll get on that.
It's your shop at the shops that has all the free diamond armor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What's this? I haven't been over here in a while.
This dog has been here for about 2 months.
Oh, that's so sad.
And no one can actually interact with it.
Fair enough. What is this? Just like rules?
Yeah.
No free cam. The map hasn't changed, I think, since... It needs to be on the floor because you can't see it. Like there's all these names and stuff, but you can't see it.
Names?
There's like banners that have been put under people's bases. Yeah, but you can't see it because it's up on the wall.
I mean, I would also like it to be taller.
Yeah.
So maybe the upper region could be visible.
Yeah. Definitely needs to be on the floor.
So are these just standard maps, or are they 4x, or?
I believe they're standard maps.
Can you hand me one?
Yeah.
Pull one off and throw it at me.
I'll just copy it. There we go.
Oh, that works. Ooh, scaling at 1x4. 2 of 4, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ampster was doing the maps, the map wall.
Alright. So it looks like they're enlarged by 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, the shopping district looks tiny.
And that's a...
Hi, Obney. Sorry, I'm just talking to chat.
And how much taller would it need to be? Holy crap.
A lot.
Maybe to the limit.
To the limit. Or to get to your base, it's like 400 years away and takes half an hour in a rail. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot more people living out there with me now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You Outlanders.
Yeah.
I really wanted us to pick a seed that had like the Mushroom Island and the actual spawn like used, not just like this random. Anyway, I'm gonna jump back out of creative and go back to the shops.
All right. I'm gonna be making another nether hub over near me,
Okay.
connecting all the bases over there. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be on rails rather than ice boats. So it's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot more chaotic.
The ice boats is pretty hectic. Okay, I'm about to
It's
TP.
very flat. Alright.
Okay. I think this is the chords. Please work. Yay! Okay, cool. Okay, back in the honey shop. We'll turn this off. I don't like having it on like all the time. I just turn it on if I see somebody. Just in case I'm like, you know, near my computer and Minecraft's open. Yeah, so we've got the honey block particles coming down here. And I put one over here as well. So basically like where you enter, you get a bit of the particles right where you're walking and when you enter and exit, obviously. Then we've got the particles right where you're looking when you're shopping, and then we have the particles right near our ender chest. We didn't actually do anything with our ender chest like we did in the sweet cake shop. Oh, we've got like the diamond in there. I didn't know if I was going to put like honeycomb. Maybe honeycomb might be cool to put in there. Or diamonds again. Yeah, and then we've got our little bees. I've got like, I was trying to get some angry bees for my Halloween build, but I ended up getting like 2 bee heads as well that weren't angry. And the beehives that I moved over here were empty. They didn't have any bees. So we got 3 empty beehives. And there must have been a bee just like floating around somewhere. And it's like claimed one of these beehives and it can't get in, but it kind of just looks like a customer. There we go. We've got the server restart. So the server restart is obviously timed so that it doesn't interfere with anybody else because everyone is normally asleep at this time, but it interferes with my play, but that's fine. Doesn't take too long to reconnect. Albany, I'm loving still. I tried too fast. I'm loving all your Halloween little specials that you're doing. I have built my own. Oh, jeez. I have built my own like skulk shrieker to go off when you open a chest. I built one in my Halloween build that I did. And I did that all by myself. And I can't for the life of me figure out in my head, I haven't actually physically tried yet, how to set off like a skulk shrieker. We've got 2 stacks for 1 diamond because another shop is selling 1 stack for 1 diamond, so we had to undercut them. Yeah, I can't for the life of me figure out, yay, how to get, and we haven't sold any of these mini blocks, how to get, like, I know it's like a calibrated, oh yeah, calibrated like skulk sensor somehow. I haven't looked up enough basically. I know I can figure it out again, but yeah. Been watching all your like trap chests and all your spooky Halloween videos and stuff, and they were so fun. Such a cool like little mini thing to look forward to. Like pretty much nearly every day are you posting? Like it seems really frequent. Yeah, I've got this chest over here for my Halloween shop, which I've just fixed up my little head thing there and the eyes are popping out really nicely. Basically phantom heads because you get a lot of phantoms. Phantom heads are just trash, but I do like to try and use as many different blocks as I can get. So we put a little phantom head there. Yeah, so I've got a like a little bee's nest here, and then I've got like some angry bees. Got some little like angry bees that I want to like put around. So basically I just went out into the wilderness and angered some bees and tried to kill them. It was painful. Yeah, so I've got my chest over here, and what I want to do is how I had it on my last Halloween build is when you open it, like the shrieker goes off. You can see like I'm going to put like a little head that you can see when you get out of your what is it, GUI? Yeah, so we're selling these like little mini pumpkins just for 1 diamond. And then we're selling some cobwebs as well, just for 1 diamond for 16. I thought I had a lot more than this. I was going to do half stacks and I was going to do 2 diamonds for a half stack. You've made 19 videos in total. It's pretty much one every other day, with one every day this coming week. Oh, nice. Maybe I was just a bit backlogged. Sometimes I don't get to watch YouTube much, so maybe that's why it feels like one every day for me. Yeah, so I think we have toured all. Everything that I've put in here. I think we might just work on the bees next. I did have an Enderman head and I had some creaking heads. That's gonna take a lot of armor stands if I want to, like, you put the head like up somewhere. So say I would have like the creaking head here, and then I would use like heaps and heaps and heaps of armor stands, building out the body with like the pale oak wood or something like that. And same with the Enderman. Like, you'd have the Enderman head up here, then you would use like lots of concrete, or you've compacted them a bit more towards the end. Yeah, they're so fun. Have you claimed many subscribers? Have you gained any subscribers? Is it 600 subscribers you've got now, I think? Yeah, I don't know if I want to go that hard on the decorations because I've already got so much in here. We'll definitely put the bees in though. We'll get the bees out. Should probably pack my diamonds up properly. I think this one is... We'll put a little bit in there. And then we'll pack the rest away properly. We're going to need a... We might need these out anyway, so we'll just leave these out. Pack my extra diamonds away properly. Leave a couple of loose diamonds. There we go, nice and tidy. Okay, and I think I left myself armor stands in there. I did. 600, yeah. The one video that really took off got me almost 30 in like 2 days, but then it stopped. What? Yeah, of course, 30 in 2 days. That's hectic. That's so good. What video was that one? Sure, I've probably seen it. I do manage to catch pretty much all of your videos. Sometimes I miss it because my subscriptions box doesn't, like, you know, when sometimes they miss with the algorithm and then you've got to like physically search, like, yeah, I want to put the frog in there somewhere too. Sometimes you got to like physically search like your people that you're subscribed to. I think I want to put these on. Yeah, they need to be on small armor stands for sure. So always just apply gravity. No. Spooky tree with a nether portal. Oh yeah, that one was really cool. That makes sense that you got extra views on that one. And if we want to make this smaller, we can put it on an arm, but because it's a head block, these things here, item on surface, block on surface, all these things, they don't actually make them flat, and it's really fiddly to work with. So I could make... Do I want to make the... I'll try one first. I'll try one. Because it would be cool to make them smaller. Be kind of like more realistic. A bit more swarmy. I could have them like a lot closer together if they were smaller. And it would make more sense because I've got the smaller little bee nests there. Alright, we need to sleep. Which was inspired by something I'd already built. Which itself was inspired by something I built. Was that the... Oh, back on the Ripple Effect Season 2, I want to say. Ripple Effect Season 2. And I built like that obsidian tree portal thing. And it took way too long, and I took way too long to get all that obsidian. So we'll go show arms. I want to say that's the one you're talking about, was like, I made my portal into like some like obsidian tree kind of tree stump thing. Main hand and head. Yeah, see, that's going to be tiny. That's going to be awesome. But it is super fiddly and hard to get it right. Lock on surface. But I do kind of want them, yeah, Ripple Effect Season 2. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. For my experience at the time, with building and all that, that's actually going to be really cool. That was like, I was really proud of myself with that. Like what I was doing and stuff, like built something that I'd never really built before. It had like its own feeling. Like when you step into it, you kind of get like an emotional, like if your build can create some kind of emotional feeling, atmospheric feeling, kind of like that. Like that was the first time I think I built something where it was like that. Like it gave you like a specific kind of feeling. Okay, if we bump this down to 15 so we're not getting like mega movements, and I think we're working on the right arm, we can kind of fiddle this a little bit. Okay, that's going to be wrong. I don't actually have a single world download for any of the worlds that I've ever been on. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me turn it a little bit more. That's so cool. That's really, really cool, actually, that it's so tiny. Okay, so we worked out that +8 was towards my base, which is over the ocean, so -8 will be this way. Yes. And then I think +C is going to be... Yes! Okay, we've finally worked out my orientations. So I do want to have them really close together, but I don't want them to be missed. So we kind of have to have them, like if somebody's coming in, the thing is with when you're building like decoration, you want as much of it to actually be seen as possible. So when you're running over here and you run into the shop and you go chest and you go blah, 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 and then you get out and you don't see anything. So we have to put it where it's going to be seen. Like the first time somebody's going to come in and they're going to go, yep, that. It might not necessarily look up, so don't want to have it too high, but maybe we could have one a little bit higher and then have a couple, like maybe one here in front of that moss, kind of here-ish, and then one here and then one down here. So you like leads the eye kind of thing. So the first, I think we've got one with pollen and then we've got 2 without pollen. Okay, so we'll put this one, I'll change it to 5 and then we'll give it just a tiny bit of an angle. Is it the plus or the minus? I can't remember. We'll give it a little side angle too. So that should be on the y-axis. That's not really working. We'll try the Z. And it's only 5 degrees too, so we might not get much. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll move it around just a little bit more that way. I get really pedantic about my armor stands. It's got to be like perfect. I've got to stop being so precious with it because either way it's going to look good. I have to check out what we have on channel 64, but there's another data pack to work with armor stands. That's so much easier. Yeah. I know there is another data pack where it comes up on the screen and you just place like plus minus, whatever. And it does look way easier. But yeah, this server, I only play on one server at the moment. I am like in a few server groups, but because the way I like to play, like having my ender chest, like all my items and blah, 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 like everything, oops, basically everything like super filled up and stuff. Like once I get to this point, it is really hard to want to go on to another server and have to grind all that stuff again. And like I am part of a few communities, but I don't necessarily like play on their worlds. So this server has I think it needs to come forward just tiny bit. The server has this one, and this is what I use. And actually, like, I don't have my controller hooked up at the moment because I play through CurseForge now, and I haven't fully set it up. I have downloaded like okay, that's a good spot, I think. Maybe over just a tiny bit more. I have downloaded like the controller thing that works with like the world number that we're on and all the other stuff that I have it downloaded on. Super hot. I'm gonna turn the aircon on. It's gonna be noisy, but it's too hot. We're like an hour in and we've got another hour left of streaming. So yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. We'll just have. I say that's good, but I'm moving it anyway. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, and we get another one. This will be the like pollinated angry bee head. Okay, so gravity, no. True arms, yes. Make it small. Swap it over. Make teeny tiny little bees. How cool would it be if the bees in like Minecraft were this small? It'd be really cool. Yeah, my ultimate goal one day, Albany, would be to have like my own server, my own Discord, and all the things. But at this stage of life, while I still have so much attention that the kids need, it won't be a thing. But when I do, I probably would definitely use that armor stand mod because I love my armor stands. I will change it up to 15 again so we can get a bit more of an angle. I think I'll use 15 still to do. Okay, right. This way? No, not that way. Yeah, it's so weird when you put a head block in the arm. It doesn't really give you too many options for making it straight. But luckily for me, we don't want the bee to be straight. Okay, that's a pretty good angle actually. Pop that one up a bit. Forward. I'm really glad I finally figured out my angles for this because when you don't know what is your X minus and plus, what's your Z minus and plus, like obviously the Y is easy. But when you don't know them like off by heart, it's so fiddly to make armor stands. A lot more time consuming because you're like trialing. We might pop this one back a bit and then the lower one can be more forward, so back this way. Okay, over a little bit more, and I think I want to angle it, turn it around a little bit more too. So Z. Okay. I think I need a bit more of an angle on that one so it doesn't look like I've like copy pasted. It's that way. Yes, perfect. But it's too much, so we'll bump it down to that, and then we'll go minus. That work? Might not have been close enough. There we go. Maybe up just a smidge. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll do like one. We won't have like an even space because then it'll look silly. But we'll have one kind of just here. So it's really at like eye level. We'll do this. High gravity, no. Arms, yes. Okay, and then night gives us a chance to like step back and look and see how things are going. Small stand, yes. I did the wrong one. Main-handed head. I did main-handed offhand. And then we do... Actually, we might just turn this one around. I won't do like the block. I'll do it like this. I'll just turn it around. Hey, that did not work. 45. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Stand visible, no. I'll come forward a bit. Okay, so something like that. I will fiddle with the angle, but I'll sleep first. Yeah, that looks cool. That like draws your eye up to the thing. Yeah, see, this is all the spam the admins get. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with when you're trying to like keep up with chat. You get all that spam. Yeah, we got like the little eye blossom thing that pops up at nighttime. So cool. It's cool to have like a bit of extra movement in the build. So this is a build comp for Halloween, obviously. And yeah, I always try to enter the build comps. I don't think I've shown you the end portal room that I set up. I didn't intend on entering that one because I had like set up the whole room by myself. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, I'd set up the whole room by myself and already done like a lot of the decoration, and I wanted like the other server members to have like a bit more of a hand in it. I want to say minus. Perfect. And so I wasn't going to enter, but then somebody claimed like one of the plots, and then they like didn't build it, so it was just like claimed so no one else could claim it, but it was like empty. So yeah, I ended up like spending, I think, the last 2 days or something just building that. So I will show you that soon, actually. That'll be really fun. Let me move it forward just a tad so the space isn't too even. Get a bit of variation. It does need to come up a bit too. I don't want them to look like, I don't want the angles to look like they're copied. I want them to be different at a quick glance, not having to like fully look at them and be like, you know, when you fully inspect them, you can tell that they're different. Because they're just blocks floating in the air, they look very similar. That's too much. So at a quick glance, I want them to look different that way. Yep. Move it over here. There we go. That looks okay. That looks like you're about to get... Oh. Looks like you're about to get attacked by angry bees. Perfect. Not sure if that worked. That worked. Yeah, sweet. Okay. We might hop over to the end while it's raining. And I'll show you that, and then we'll come back and do a little bit more. Have a little break of armor stand stuff. We do have the custom portal sizes, portal shape things on here. So I made the portal for the shops a G, but while it's raining, let's go on the beautiful nether. Okay. We do have a little shortcut, so we'll take the shortcut. It's up here. So we don't have to go all the way down here to like our main nether tunnel and then all the way back. I've just made a little shortcut to go over. Which should be just here. I left the bottom block so people don't think that it's like a main tunnel, but basically I just labeled it so everyone can see that that's a shortcut. My tunnel's the next one over, and this is the end portal room that I done. It's right under my base, which is super handy. Yeah, so first off we have our spawning room, our respawning room. So basically Oh, look, cake. Basically I put some beds and some chests for people to use when they do the cake. When they do the dragon fight. Did some like shulker shell guys up here. And then we've got some redstone behind these dragon heads, so we get a little bit of extra movement in here. Got some water with some soul sand under it, so we get a little bit of extra movement with the bubbles. There is a shortcut if you go in here. If you go just down here, there's like a bubble column straight up to my base, which is super easy. It was super easy for me to like come down and do stuff. What I did was I made this room like super high, because in the next room over, we had like little scene cutout, little cutouts in the wall where you could build like your own like dragon fight scene thing. So basically you can come in here, if you stand here and you shoot a block up, shoot an arrow up, you can kill yourself and get your own head. So I wanted to have like a really big vaulted ceiling, which actually looks really moody and cool. And because this is such a small room, it wasn't too like intensive to do. If I'd done it in the bigger room over there, it would have been hectic. So yeah, I did that in here so you can like get your own head or whatever. And we've got that implied movement again with the portal, like glass pane particles. I use like the magenta and the purple. If you just use one color, it doesn't look good at all. You've got to like vary the two colors. I've tried both with just purple and just magenta, and neither of them looked good. You can't really tell, like, you know, you're running around, you can't really tell, you don't look at it. But it does look bad. Oh, so here, under here, we have the, like, the little, there we go. You can see them coming up when you run over. The little bushes, the berry bushes, they stop them. The piglins can stand here. If I'd had them on this row, the piglins could have pushed each other out of the portal, but I've left like this little spot for the piglins to stand on, and then they won't run over these berry bushes here. And then on this side, we have the berry bushes just along here, and then hidden lighting on these two, so they won't cross over. I know you can put like fence gates in that, but nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with like opening the fence gate. So yeah, we just did a little bit of carpet trickery. The implied movement here with the portal panes. Yeah, so I decorated this room. I was inspired heavily on last season. And so I had to cheat in the end stone because we hadn't been to the end yet, but I wanted it to be made out of end stone. And then I bought a whole bunch of quartz off Rob. So we made like a little mention here because he came by and sold me some quartz. And yeah, I think the blue looks really good against the end stone. So we tried to put like a bit of like water around to break it up. We use like the walls as well, like the walls to break it up. So it's like one big like mesh of just end stone, end stone, end stone. But there are like tricky little ways that you can break it up to make it look more interesting and not so flat. Yeah, so we got our little dragon on the ground here. This is on a like a bottom half slab. So the dragon head is on like an armor stand. And then this end rod is like actually placed. Oops. Damn it. I wonder if I'll be able to place that back. I can. Okay, sometimes because when you've got armor stands in the way, you can't like place back broken blocks because like the armor stand will be taking up. Anyway, yeah, so we've got like these little cutouts all along the wall. So we've got 8, we've got 4 on this side and 4 on that side. So before we did the dragon fight, we all came in here, and whoever wanted to do a scene like after came and like just claimed one of these spots. And then the far back one up there was claimed but wasn't built in. So that's the one that I built in. Yeah, I know. It's so hard to break everything. I'm not still in creative, am I? Hope not. Yeah, sometimes I forget because people always ask me, like basically I'm on the only server admin on in my time zone. So when I come on, basically I wake up in the morning, turn my computer on and just like leave it open. And then people ask me to do stuff for them all day. So basically I'm the only server admin on, and sometimes like I'm still in I'm still in creative when they're asking me to like do stuff at spawn or break a piece of bedrock so that they can get their nether tunnel done or something. And yeah, I forget, and then I'll go and like I'll be like pointing to a sign or something, and I'll just like break it, and it's really annoying. Okay, so we'll check out these. Oh, we'll check out the portal first. I really wanted to use forget what they're called. Catalyst. Yeah, I really wanted to use a catalyst to do some kind of transition thing. So I fiddled around a little bit with like whether I would have like a half slab up against it or how I would have it and stuff. But I think I got it to work really well. And then you've got like transitioning into the like the skulk veins and then into the deep slate. I was really glad. I was really happy with like how that turned out. And then once again, we got like the glass panes, we got the end rods for a bit of light. All the hidden lighting is all behind every single wall thing, every single wall section that you see. There, in here, they all have hidden lighting behind them. I don't like having like, you know, big torches on the wall or whatever. And then we've got like a little bit of lighting with the glowberries up the top and then the end rods, and that's all our lighting basically. The reason this end rod is here actually is because this was the one spot in the whole build. It wasn't spawnable, like mobs weren't going to spawn here, but it was a one spot that just looked dark and dingy, so it actually worked out really well putting that end rod in the head to look like a sword. Yeah, we've got like a little ender chest, a couple of little gardens along the way, keeping like the same kind of tone of flowers and stuff. And then we have the shrieker that I really wanted to use as well. So I used like the catalyst and the shrieker together, and that made like a really cool like dragon altar showcase kind of thing. Also like breaking up the walls with like these little like stair cutout things like up here as well. That worked really well as well. We have under here, we've got like the soul sand just to give like a couple of bubbles every now and then. You'll see a couple of bubbles going up. Thank you. Nice, yeah. So this one here, they completed theirs first. I think they've they had armor on here, but it was like netherite armor, and I think they've like taken back off to like wear. Oh, we had these like I had these little bundles of like goodies to give everyone. So I had like a dragon egg. I had like the banners in here. Yeah, I had like all these banners that I'd made just to help people decorate. Give them a couple of extra things. I had like these little eggs and stuff. Yeah, so I think they did this first, and then everyone else came along and got a little bit extra with them. Green is the server owner. Yeah, I had these eggs that I made like these little custom head drop, the player head drops things. Yeah, hidden lighting. I love hidden lighting. Hey, Deb, how are you? Yeah, every time I build, all I'm thinking about is hidden lighting. There's the other banner that I made for like everyone to use in their little like showcase things. And then the score, the numbers underneath are like the average of the score that they got. So basically, if you got above a 7, you got like a special prize, and then we had like a first, second, and third prize as well. This one is J4. He's the one that landed the killing blow on the dragon. So you can see as you go along, like these people built theirs first, and then this person was like, okay, we're gonna step it up. So they built like a back bit with a bit of glass. Yeah, and build like these pillars and stuff. It looks really, really cool. And the floating candles look really cool in here too. But yeah, basically I wanted to build this area with like little scene builds to try and teach everyone kind of like how to use like the armor stand book and that, because I'm like super into the armor stand book and everyone's always asking me like to do stuff for them. But I think it's more funner if you kind of like do it yourself, if you learn yourself. So basically I was in here like every day helping everyone with their armor stands, like helping them how to figure it out. And then since then they've gone back to their builds And they've done like their own armor stands at their bases and stuff. This one was really cool because it's like twisting around. It gives like a really cool feeling of like there's like movement in the build. Yeah, this was Mickler's. We'll go down to the front here. This one here, FDPD, I always get that wrong. They did really, really well. They like asked me if they could like bump out the back or whatever, and I was like, yes, of course you can. Basically, you just can't go into your neighbor's wall, but yeah, you can bump out the back as much as you want. The wings are really cool with the shields. Like the little toes on the dragon, super, super cool. Yeah, and then like they started off, I think, just with like this one armor stand, and then everyone else was building, and they've got like, see it in the background there. It looks cool. Everyone was like building more and more, so everyone would like come back and do a little bit extra to their builds, and it was really, really cool. We had like 1 week. I think we had 1 week to do this build before it was judged. But yeah, they got really, really creative with their like little armor stands and stuff. Cool Lucky is the person who got their oh, I can hear somebody behind me. Hello. Cool Lucky was the person who got their wings first, and basically they just went and got like all the shells, and yeah, this was really cool. Oh. Why do you have so many dragon heads?
I have no idea.
Okay, there's a pressure plate over at my build that they come out of, where you're just like running back and forth on it.
I was curious if it was gonna do anything, and it never did. That
Maybe
probably what it was doing.
Yeah, that's what it was doing. Yeah, so like how Zombie Cleo does their armor stands, this is... I'm pretty sure they use like the updated version of the armor stands though. And ships, question mark. Yeah, M1, this was their first time using armor stands. And they did really, really, really well. It was really smart to use all the small armor stands because they were able to get like a lot of detail in there. There's so many, like you've got to go into the build to see them all. But yeah, I love the armor stand book. They've put some like ladders in so that you can go up and see like the extra detail and stuff. So they won first prize. I made these banners as well. They're on my Planet Minecraft account. I've got these ones, and then I've got ones that are a little bit bigger. I think they go all the way down to the bottom. So I've got like
her bed chest is also decorated.
What was that?
Her bed chest is also decorated.
With cake?
No, the inside of it.
Oh, okay, have a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's been in there since like day one. Since day one of the dragon fight anyway. Yeah, it's really, really cool, hey. So basically they'd never used the armor stand book before, and yeah, they needed quite a bit of help, but I was very happy to help and get more people like using it. Basically, they were just here every day, every second that they were signed in that week, they were here making this and just having the best fun. And it was really, really cool to see. There's so many people were in the area when we were building it. Cool Lucky nearly forgot to do theirs, and they did theirs on like the last day, I think, and did like, because they were the first person to get the wings. They really wanted to be the first person to get the wings, and they got it. So they did like, they did the chests, like the loot and stuff. And then this one, I think I had like 2 days to do it. I got like second place, so I'm pretty happy with. So what we'll do is we'll bump this out. Check this. Yeah, see, the dispenser's empty. So I had like these little dragon head things that you could get if you came by and you walked into my build. Basically, when you walk on the pressure plate, you'd get a dragon head. I'll just put that in there. I'll be bothered putting it back. Yeah, so this is my build scene. So Robsco went MIA. Can you find him? He was the one who claimed this spot, and he didn't build in it, and it was super sad because all the other plots were getting done and this one wasn't. So what I did was I made this like giant dragon egg with the armor stand mod, obviously, and then I like hid him inside here. Basically, he was busy just setting up his drowned farm and getting tridents and stuff for his shop. So I've got him with holding like a drowned head and a trident and stuff. No hard feelings for not building in there, but I wish he'd like we checked up on him a couple of times and he was like, yes, I'll come by and build it, and he didn't. You're on Bedrock, so you only get to experience neat armor stand tricks via YouTubers. Yeah, when I first started using the armor stand mod, I did try to kind of like look up YouTube and stuff, and I never really found any help. So I kind of just had to figure it out. So basically, I just went through every single page and hit every single button over and over again until like I knew what they did. Yeah, and I love it. I love the armor stand book. I use it a lot. I use it probably too much. That end ship up there is all mini armor stand blocks. And it's so extra. I didn't need to do that, and it took forever. At my base, I kind of planned out like, oh, I'm in the water. I planned out like the ship at my base with like the actual blocks, and then it's got like the little dragon head on the top, and then I kind of just built it with the armor stand mod. But with the armor stand mod, you can't do like you can do upside down stairs and stuff, but it's a lot of extra steps to do it. So I kind of changed up a bit, but it still fully looks like a end ship up there. So J4 was the one who killed the dragon, so I did like a kind of like a he killed the dragon scene, but I tried to make it like cute. Yes, it took ages. It took ages of me. We'll actually pillar up there. It's like full detailed. What I didn't do though was I didn't put the end rods on the little corners. I was going to do like little end, you know how you have like the end rods on the corners there. Yes. Yes, my avatar. I can also like stand up from like going to the bathroom or something, sit back down, have a look at you, turn back to the screen. What's the other ones here? I can like get all close and personal. Get down here, kind of get out of the way, stand up, do a little dance. Kind of be over here and be like super out of the way, but I kind of just leave it on this one. I was intending on using it a lot more, kind of like, you know, if I'm talking back and forth like this, but I always forget to. I always just kind of leave my hand on my mouse. Yeah, it was really hard to get the glass in the windows on this, so I kind of just put like I can get like really up in it. I kind of just put like a angled piece of glass in there. Yeah, it's really cute. Hey, I had a lot of fun setting it up. It is really fun to use. This when I do my armor stands, I like to put as much real blocks as possible in. So like this post is like a real block. And I try to make it look like they fit in the game. Like, I don't know about like this. I kind of break the rule on that. That doesn't look like it belongs in this room. Like these shulker shells, yeah, they do. The egg, not really. The little people, yeah, like the fruit on the floor, like you have to use like the banners. You can't use elytra because it goes on like the torso, then you can't like angle it. You can use like double armor stands to get like the clothes and then an extra armor stand with the elytra. But if you're flying in this direction, you can't actually angle the elytra. So you have to use like shields or banners or something. So I did some enchanted shields. So it looks like I've got enchanted elytra. So we have like the feet on like one armor stand. We've got the arms on another armor stand because I use like the sticks instead of like the arms. And then I've got like 2 separate armor stands for the elytra. I've got 40,000 armor stands for the end ship, basically. Yeah, and other people used like the skulk and stuff like that for the backing of... I'm just gonna turn my mic off. Other people use the skulk and stuff for the back, and it was like way too dark in here. So I fiddled around with a few blocks, and the warped fungus actually worked the best. And then I've got like hidden lighting under this carpet between like the glass layers. And then I did do some armor stand stuff for the background. I was using like little iron nuggets and stuff to try and make stars, but they were way too small. So I just went with the end rods. I probably did a bit too much, but I think they look good. And then the last thing I did were these plants. But what I had to do was like bust out the whole wall, let the plant grow and kind of like trim it and stuff, and then build the whole wall back because it doesn't grow when you're like next to that wall. It doesn't grow next to a wall. And it took me a few goes to get like the right shape in that. But basically I wanted to fill it up a little bit. So like when you walk around, the first thing you see is that. Then when you don't see like the shulker shells behind this. And then you got to like get into the build to like see a little bit more. So it kind of like reveals a little bit more. Anyway, yeah, this is the end portal room. Last season I did go and like decorate the end as well, like basically the whole end island. I didn't do that this season. It was way too much work and I don't think it's needed. But yeah, this is the winner. This one is really, really cool. So when we did voting, you're allowed to vote one build a 10 and that's it. Then you have to vote every other build below 10, between 0 and 9 basically. And you get 1 10 that you're allowed to allocate to a player. So this one got my 10 because otherwise sometimes you end up with like everyone getting like the same score and stuff. So every build comp that we have, we do that. Anyway, we might go this way. I'll turn on brightness for a sec just to get in here so it's not like super janky and dark for you guys. We might as well go this way back to the shops. This will be my like little starter base thing. For anyone who hasn't seen it, basically it's like a full starter base. It's like all the mobs and a barn and all the farms. It's got all my mobs in here. So when you build like animal pens, like you put cauldrons down with water and you have like you have the hay bales and stuff down. The mobs always like climb up on them and it looks really silly. So I've got like honey blocks underneath the carpets next to everything so that the mobs can't like jump up onto things. So see how it's like jumping up and down? There's a honey block under there. That's just a little trick that I do when I build my decorated like little pens and stuff. And we've got a couple of like outside areas as well. Yeah, and that's the barn. We've got like every side has like an entrance to like different farms and that. We've got our little like scarecrows that we made. Just like a little bamboo hat. So the bamboo is like an actual place block. The bamboo trapdoor. And then we have the oak fence, which is a real block as well. And then in between we have an armor stand. Like a posed armor stand with a pumpkin head and just like different color. I wasn't going to do them all the same because that would look silly. Different color like leather armor. Then there's slightly different poses. And I just try to make my farms look as natural as possible. Like I started off building like little paths. And it gets like a little bit overgrown the more you go down. Yeah, and just try to put every crop that I would need Like I do use these farms. I don't have any like automatic farms or anything like that. Absolutely do still come and use these farms. I've got some villages over there, which we'll see how long the season goes for. If it goes for long enough, I will end up building like a tower here with all my villages. If it doesn't, they're just in a hole. But basically I've got this area detailed as much as I possibly can. Out here, we have a little bit of like there's some beetroot, and then the sugarcane, you get to it from the front. It's a lot easier. Yeah, every little pen is a little bit differently decorated. So this one's like got the flowers and the cows. This one's a little bit muddy with the leaves and the, yeah. And then out the front, you see my end ship over there. That's the ship that I like just like laid out and planned for my build that I did, for my scene build. Yeah, this is where I got all my honey from. So we've got like some free roaming bees. I did end up making a bee farm like underneath here for my stock, for my shop that I made, for my honeycomb shop. But yeah, sometimes I just come over here and like bone meal a flour and go down here and do the sugarcane. Because sugarcane grows 3 tall, I wanted it to be like stepped down a bit because this is quite an ugly scene. But if you go up here and you just get like a little bit, it looks really nice. So pumpkin and melons, we've got like pumpkin and melons that you can harvest. So all the ones that are like along the path you can harvest, and then all the ones that have like these little sea pickles. I was going to call them cucumbers for a second. These little sea pickles on top, they're all the ones that have been placed in. So they're all the decoration ones. So you know not to harvest those. So basically if you harvest this whole field, there's still like a couple of crops sitting around. It still looks beautiful. And we have some like lowered down as well around the trees. We will go upstairs and might as well sleep here. We have our little like, entranceway that we decorated. Just with basically with whatever I had. Tried to use as many different things as possible. This is just like basically my cupboard under the stairs, but it's like next to the stairs. So we just keep like our shulker shells and stuff up there. And go upstairs first and sleep. There's my little bedroom. There's a little attic up here just with some extra little bit of attic-y storage. I was using this for a while, but I've emptied it out. And also if you go out here, you can access the whole roof. I used to keep my ghast up there, which was super handy, but it got struck by lightning and died. And I have a lighter now, so I didn't bother putting another one up there. But yeah, this is my little like attic-y bedroom. Have like my extra stuff. These are like the little bundles that I made for everyone who went to the dragon fight. So I gave everyone one of these just to say basically thanks for coming to the dragon fight event. And you can use like the banners and stuff to decorate your house, like to like celebrate that you were at the dragon fight, or to like decorate your little build scene or whatever. And then the GBN is like the Great Block Network. So the server's called the Great Block Network. I made a player skin with that head, and then I used it in, I forget what it is called. Give me a second. I used it in Cinema 4D to make a, bye Obney, thanks for stopping by, have a good day. Yeah, I used it to make a, like a custom skin. Cinema 4D, I like posed it, and then that's what we use for our like our little logo thing. It's a little bit pixelated here because, yeah, but there is like a clearer image one. I'll just log back in quickly. Okay, I think we've got about half an hour-ish left before we end the stream, so we've got lots more stuff that we can do. Yeah, this is all like my treasure stuff that I've been collecting. I always keep my first grass block because that's my favorite block of the game. I always keep my first diamond, my first wooden pickaxe, my first stone, first iron, first diamond, and my first iron stuff. And then when I like set up my base, I normally set up like a room with all like my first stuff. I like the dragon fight, so I got like a dragon head. That's like the only goat horn I have. It's not necessarily a dragon, like a treasure item, but yeah. Did the wither fight. Yeah, not too much. I normally have a lot more. I went and did a temple and got some sponges. And yeah, these are just my trims and stuff. And I won second place on something. Oh, second place on the end scene build. And first place on my shop build for the sweet cake shop. And then, yeah, this is just like my little starter base that I entered in the competition. Just ignore this. I'm just aging these at the moment, and they're actually going pretty well. Yeah, we have all our storage sorted out, how we have our shulker boxes coloured. A little bit of decor. So, like, obviously, over here is like the grass and stuff. This is like all my stuff like dyes, candles, banners, all this stuff. Same, gotta have that shrine to your begin again. Yeah, I always keep it. If I accidentally lose something, I basically just want to like never play again. Even though like I'm never gonna, like it doesn't really matter, but yeah, we've got all our woods like sorted out. We got like a little furnace area over here. Cooked food. Food. I did have this all stocked up with all my redstone stuff, but now that I've moved into my shulker box storage, we have all our redstone stuff in here. Nice and organized. So normally if I made a build, I would have like separate rooms and stuff for all this. Like a separate room for like my enchanted setup, separate room for all this stuff, separate like map room. This is my area here. This is the main area that I want to build in. So depending on how long the season goes for, this area will be getting built out. And I've nearly done all my stuff at the shopping district, so which is where I've been spending all my time because I'm the one who did like all the paths and the layout and all the like labeling everyone's builds and setting up the signs and just all of that, all the terraforming and everything. And same with the end portal room. And then we have like a junk area up here. So these are like the colors that I use for my project boxes. It's basically just, you know, just all the junk. This is like double ups and stuff. Yeah, that's my starter base. We have a little lay that likes to like sit in this little corner pocket here. So anytime I let him out and I come back, he will be down there. Yeah, so we'll go back to the shops. Just jump. I did make like the staircase down, try and give it a bit more shape instead of coming straight down. But I always just jump over the edge. Then we have like a little basement area with a couple of farms. Yeah, it's really hard like trying to keep my first grass block because and my first diamond because everything like stacks. So you've got to like throw it down on the ground or like put it in a chest or something like straight away. So like you only get like one. Because grass block is my favorite block. Like you can see it on my shirt there. What button am I pressing? There we go. Pressing the wrong button. Yeah, you can see it on my shirt there. Like that's my favorite block. So like, see that's why I don't use these buttons too because I always press like the wrong one. And then I'm like, oh, which one is it? Trying to get the big one. I think it's this one. There we go. We'll just stay up here while we're running through the ugly nether because, oh, we ran the wrong way too. It's super ugly. I'm used to being on a server where like the big nether portal like gets done first, and then you have like the north, south, east, and west tunnels, and they all get decorated, and then everyone decorates like their own little tunnel as well. And the server's kind of different, but I try to decorate it as much as I can, like the shopping area, trying to make sure that it looks nice for everyone and that like nice little fountains, some nice paths and stuff. Not that you can see because I left my player like that. Yeah. Trying to have it looking nice for everyone. Okay, so we're going to go, this is Newtown. This is like the area that I did. And then over here, once you get to these big roads over here, there's like a big road all the way down the middle. So this is Newtown and this is Oldtown. So this is where our little shop is in Oldtown. That's the first for me. I never heard of the grass block being someone's favorite block. Yeah, I think it's just, I'm really into like branding. Like, if a company like brands really well, like, you know, you have my respect kind of thing. So Minecraft, like the grass block is like so iconic for Minecraft, like the creeper as well. But if you showed someone like a square grass block, everyone would know it's Minecraft. Like it's such an iconic block, which is why it's my favorite, because like I'm into branding. I'm into how people package themselves and stuff. And okay, I'm really happy with the bees. I feel like if you stand here, if you get too close, you feel like they're all like coming at you. They're all coming at you from like a different angle. That's really cool. Okay, we have about 15, 20 minutes left. So I definitely want to get the frog in there. Oh, I should have bought some pumpkins from home. I'll see what I've got in this one. See what I've got in this one. Okay. Okay, we have plenty of pumpkins. That's fine. Just leave one there so we can tidy up. Put this free sand away. We want to make some jack-o'-lanterns. Because I want to make it like Halloween-y, so we've got to get our pumpkins out. I never used to keep shares like on myself, but then I'd constantly be getting them out of my blackpack. Like I used to keep them in here. I've got some extra in here because sometimes the durability goes like really far down. But yeah, I use them all the time, but especially because I do like a lot of you can't see it over here. Now, basically, I do like a lot of, you know, plants around, and it's really helpful to have like your shares on you. Okay, so we want to make these into jack-o'-lanterns. Oh. Okay. And that is just rubbish now. For my last like Halloween build, I did I had like a carving pumpkin like little station. So I had like the jack-o'-lantern on the floor, and then I had like the seeds. Like I had the unlit jack-o'-lantern, and then I had the seeds and like some shares on top of it with the armor stands like kind of on the floor, like you'd been like scooping out the seeds and stuff. It was really cool. There is a use for everything, but I already have like 12 in here. So we'll put them back at base when we finally clean up all of our mess. Okay, so I want to move this stuff out of the way so we can get a better view of what everything's going to look like. Just move it over here a little bit. Try and get this finished up in the last few minutes that we have. Okay, we need this. We need this. Probably need a bit more than 4. I think I'll do a couple of unlit ones as well. Yeah, and then we leave ourselves like 2 big pumpkins. That should be fine. Yeah, so I always keep shares on me now because I use them like a lot. I used to keep like 2 different picks, 2 different axes, or 2 different spoons, like whether it had like silk touch or not on it. I don't do that now. I keep silk touch on everything. And then if I need something else, I go into my blackpack and I keep shares on me instead. All right, we're getting nighttime again. Okay, so we want to have a armor stand here with my like Halloween head on it. So we're going to get one of those. You keep an orange shulker box on me, that toolbox, and name it Keep My Shares and Workstations In. Yes, perfect. That's so good. I have a decorations box and I have a workstations box. So that's my workstations box. I still have to get the respawn anchor. That's what that paper placeholder is for. I have a video on my channel if you want to watch it. They're about how I set up like this whole thing. And then I have my exploration box, which used to be called my toolbox. And that's got a couple of, I've got to put my lava bucket there. But basically this is all the stuff that you might need if you decide to like raid any temples or anything like that. Basically when you're exploring and you don't like intend to. So like leads, rails, boats, conduits. So there's stuff in there to build a full conduit. There's stuff in there to build like a full beacon base. You've got all your buckets. There's normally lava there. Some potions, lodestones with compasses, so you can like mark out if you find a desert or if you find like a coral reef or something like that. We've got the obsidian and flint and steel, stuff to climb, stuff to get around. So we've got like the wind charges, ladders, scaffolding, ender pearls, got some empty maps, sponges, trial chambers. This normally has keys in it as well, but I took them out to use. Yeah, but yeah, that's my exploration box. I used to do exactly the same thing. And who dropped cake on me? Somebody. A lot of cake on me. Cool. Yeah, so basically I have like my mess box, which is actually a mess at the moment. But normally I have just like fill up stuff for this. So fill up torches. And then I have like extra bundles, shulker shells, and chests. And then all the extra mess. And then I have project boxes for like specific projects. But because I was doing 3 different builds at one time, my project boxes are like super full and messy. Okay, we might sleep. Okay, we've got not long. Okay, so a full pumpkin is a full block, so we can't put a full pumpkin here, but we can put an armor stand here. Okay, this is really annoying to have cake. I'm gonna put cake in here. Because I don't want to place it down. Okay. So I'm going to have my armor stand there. I'll just go ahead and apply gravity, no. Show arms, yes. I don't necessarily want to kill myself because I might need levels for something, but I will anyway. Let's see, we'll take my armor off. We've already slept. I have a lay farm at my house, so I can like get levels back. I missed myself. That's annoying. Yes, glorious unexpected exploration, especially when you're on a server, and you'll have something planned. You'll have like your box all sorted out with all your items that you. So hard to shoot yourself now. I swear it used to be easier. And then somebody be like, "Do you want to do a trial chamber?" There we go. So we should be able to get our head. Oh, and more cake. That's lovely. Okay. And then we'll pop our head on there. There we go. We've got our Halloween head, so we'll do that. We'll do that armor stand up later. Yeah, when you're exploring, you're like, oh, like when you're first starting and you hardly have anything, you're like, oh, I'll go to the desert and I'll get some, I can see cake floating. It's so annoying. You'll go to the desert and you'll be like, okay, I need some sand. And then you'll see like the coral reef and you're like, oh, I'll get some coral while I'm here because I don't have it. And then you'll see the temple and then someone else will be going there and then you'll go and do something else. And it's, yeah, you need bundles for sure when you're first starting. Okay, so where do we want our pumpkins? This little spot is flat here, so we definitely want a pumpkin on there. What is missing? Elytra. There. hey, do you wanna? Yeah. It is fun though, like I would much rather play on a server than like be playing by myself. Absolutely. Okay, we'll put, all right. Normally when I do armor stands, I always put like a light source down and it will kind of make this actually like glow a bit, but I don't want it to be too bright. So we'll get our decorations box out and we'll get some of these soul torches and put a soul torch down instead. So because it's going to be like fully on a block and not like over to the side, I can put it like on top of this. So we'll go that. Oh, I've got to put it on the arms first, I think. Like gravity, no. Show arms, yes. There we go. And then we can put it on the head. If we use the right button. Okay, we're going to go back to the main hand and then we can do it. I hate my inventory being full. So throwing cake at me is actually a really good prank because I hate it. Stand visible. No. Okay. We'll go down a bit and then we'll like wiggle it around a little bit. I could have put a full pumpkin just right there. But oh cool, that's gonna have like a blue flame thing too. That's gonna be cool. But then it would have been like super square and flat and stuff. And that's the whole point of this whole like armor stand thing, is to try and... Okay, that's got a blue flame coming out of it. We can either put a sea pickle on top or say it's on purpose. Oh, actually, no. I know what we're going to do. We're going to stack them. So we're going to have like this one here, and then we'll have like a slightly smaller one on top. We'll give it a quick little angle first. Same, I'm doing that now. I'm on a server with family and friends, but sadly I'm the only one on tonight. Oh, that's really cool that you're on a server with family and friends though. That's really, really cool. I'm on a server with strangers at the moment. Like they're kind of friends because we've been playing together for a couple of years now, but the first server I was on was it was like friends, but it was like family. Like it was really, really special and I miss them. We played together for years, but it's been a while now. It's really hard to find like a good server. Not that this isn't a good server, I'm just saying like it's really hard to find that like special group. Gravity, no. Show arms, yes. Do we want to do just a carved pumpkin? Yes, because we want to break it up a bit. And then we want to make this one like a small stand. I don't know if I did that already. Small stand. Yes. Okay, and then we want to move it that way. Yes, I'm always so happy when I get the directions right. Okay, cool. And then we want to move it down just one. And so now our pumpkins are like lit up, but you can't see the torch. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't mind floating objects in my builds. Place objects in my builds. Not a fan. Don't like people touching my builds. Yeah, I can see them up there. Oh, it's yogurt. Is it? Yes. Okay, cool. I don't think I need to angle that. I think it's good. Yeah, when they blow stuff up and then like they think that they've like core protect rewound it, but then I have to like go back and fix all the armor stands and fix all the signs and stuff. It's really annoying. Or when they're like PvPing in the shops, and then I have to go around and like fix all the trapdoors and stuff like that. Like that stuff takes time. I could be doing something else. I did the strangest thing for a while, but I could never keep up the server active for very long, so the owner shut it down. Oh, it's super, super hard work to keep a server active. Like, props for trying, but it is like, don't feel bad if you can't keep a server active. It is a really, really, really hard thing to do. It takes a lot of work. Normally a team of people, not just somebody on their own. I want to get this frog in here somewhere, and then I'll place a pump. I don't know what I'm going to do with this creaking. Actually, I do know what I'm going to do with the creaking. I'm going to have the head poking out. It's going to have to be here. I've got so much going on in this tree. I've got like that going up. Won't really see it from the side, I don't think. I could have it on the side. I'll put it on the side. Okay, we'll go here. See if I can put it straight on. I can. And I'll have it like coming out of the tree. That'll be cool. So we always go no gravity, because then when you move it, it like falls through blocks. Stay invisible, no. And then we want to go that way. Yeah, my goal is one day to have my own server. But that looks cool. That looks cool. That looks really, really cool. Okay, I might do a couple of those. I might do like a big one and a small one. Okay, I'll have this one. We'll move it up a bit. And I'll move it slightly to the side. Like offset to the back a little bit, maybe. Yep. So this way. And then I think I've got two, so I can do one more. Oh, I'm really glad I thought about this. That's really cool when you get over here. If you see it. If you don't, then you don't, whatever. We'll move it up just a tiny bit more. I don't want it to look like it's in the center of the block, so I might have to turn it up just a bit more. Yeah, that looks cool, because that's kind of how tall they are anyway. We'll lock that one. We'll use a shortcut here. Lock. Then we'll put like a smaller one as well. Fun. Small stand. We'll do a little... how much smaller is that going to be? We'll see. Go this way. I wish you had the best of luck with that. Once you find a solid group of people, your server will thrive. Yeah, it's hard. When you start a server, you're kind of like starting out by yourself. And I have built up like server numbers for other people, but then you don't want to... yeah, thanks. Yeah, you don't want to like poach players off other servers, and that's kind of how you meet people too. Like, you meet people... Oh, do we want it on the corner? That looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool up like that. I'll see what it looks like a little bit higher. Yeah, so I've like got quite a few players on this server. Actually, I might want to turn that around and have it coming through. But like, yeah, like I said, I don't want to poach people off like other servers that I join in that. Because that's so, it's like, actually, no, I'll leave it there. That looks kind of perfect, actually. Like, that's how like you make friends and stuff. Like, you play with people on servers and you make friends with them. But then if you want to start your own server, it's like you don't want to take them off that server, or like, it's kind of a rule in Discords too. Like, you don't advertise your own servers in Discords and stuff like that. But yeah, if any of my old friends that I used to play with like wanted to start up again, because they all kind of had kids at the same time, if they ever wanted to like start up again, I reckon that would be like really fun. I'm really happy with that. I think the frog should go. I don't know if I want pumpkins or frogs there. I need somewhere for the frog. I don't think it. I think I'm being too precious about it. Could probably just go like right here. Make it small. That looks super cute. And then turn it just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's cute. And then maybe just move it back just a little bit. This way? Nope, this way. Yeah, that looks cool. So you don't see it when you first come in, and then it kind of just pops around the corner. I like to do those kind of like little reveal things. Even though this is a super tiny build, you can fit a lot of tricks into there. Okay, so we've got pumpkins. We've got some pumpkins over here. Might just ask my wife to go pick up our kids from daycare. Okay. He's dressed as a Teletubby for Halloween. Pretty cool, actually. And we want to get... See, we can't put a torch because it's going to like be along here. So we can't put a torch for that one, but that's fine. We might put a normal pumpkin on the bottom. Like everybody know. Arms, yes. Then we put it on the head. All this stuff is like super repetitive, but it is nice to be doing it on stream. Normally I'm doing it like by myself. Where am I? I got a little bit lost. There we go. It's always hard to like get it down into the right spot. I think you go down all the way and then you go up one more. Oopsie. Oopsie. There we go. We're gonna pick this little bug around. These little bugs that I made. They're on like invisible armor stands. Okay, and then we go up one. And move back a bit so it's that way. Yep, perfect. And then we angle it around a little bit because that's a little bit 45-degree angle-ish. It's not nice. Okay, cool. And we'll put one more on top. Let's put one this. And we do one of these like blowy jack-o'-lantern-y ones. So how long have you, Yakuse, how long have you played on your server with your family and friends for? Main hand head. Oh, there we go. And then this one will be small. Yes, perfect. We go back. And then we go down probably 3. Up 1. You can only fit like so many numbers in here. So we've got like 831 and then minus 831. But I do wish sometimes that there was like other numbers in there. I know there's like the new mod, but yeah. Oh, I did it again. Oops. Okay, and then we want to angle this one just a tiny bit. Might need to go up one. But I don't want it to be like floating. It's kind of like, looks like it's floating now, but that's fine. I might angle it just a tiny bit more. There we go. So when you come in, you can still like see the face. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, how many cakes do we have? 2 cakes. And here, and there. Floating cakes are okay. Place cakes, not okay. We want to I want to use these little pumpkins somewhere. Maybe I could do... But I kind of like the jack-o'-lantern faces as well. We could do one just like tucked into the corner there. We'll do a little small one. We've been on this new server about 4 months. We've been playing together for a few years now. That's really nice. I've been playing like, I want to say about 10 years. Well, just coming up 10 years. And I don't think I'll ever stop. Like I've played games in the past, like, you know, like the old PlayStation games and a couple of computer games, stuff like that. But I don't think I'll ever stop playing this one. Hopefully it's around for many more years. Oh, wrong way. Here you go. Okay, that looks good there. Just a little pumpkin kind of just like tucked on the side. My wife has not read my message about picking up the kids for daycare, which means I will have to pick up the kids from daycare. Don't normally have many people on at this time of day, so it's cool that there's a couple of people on. Nighttime around between like 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. for me is when everybody's playing. And that's pretty late. That's really cool how the moss kind of came out onto this grinding books. Hopefully get flame. Nice. That's on a 45-degree angle. I don't like that. I'm going to have to unlock it. Just check that I haven't locked it already. Oh, right. She read it. Running out of space for enchanted books. Do you have 8 p.m. for you? Lovely. That's such a good time of day. You already had dinner? Your goal is to have a forever server? That would be really cool. To have a forever server. The original server that I played on had been going for many, many years. Yeah, 8 p.m. is such a good time of day. It's like all that's left to do is kind of like relax and just do what you want. Like you've had dinner, you've probably normally cleaned up by then. It's not bedtime. Like, it's a really good time of day. Yeah, the first server I was on was like a forever server. Well, forever, but not like forever ever. It was on from like many, many years. There was so many old builds from like other players on the server. It was really, really fun to go and like look around. And it was really cool too because like all the updates were coming out with all the new blocks. So like, you know, you go out a little bit further and like load new spaces and you can get like new blocks and stuff. It was cool. I did want to do like a little mini wither. So kind of like this, but like with armor stand, so small. Get some soul sand and stuff and do like 3 heads. But this build is like really, really jam-packed. So we'll do some pumpkins out the front. But I've got so much in here, I don't think I'm going to fit that in. Yeah, so we'll put that one away. We'll just do some pumpkins out the front. I might do like a 3 stack of pumpkins. So we'll definitely have that. We'll probably have this, and then we'll have like this on top. And I can put a torch down too for that one. So, but here or here? Probably here. Yeah, that's good. You're hoping that's what the server I'm on now becomes. That's really cool. Who's the person who actually like owns and runs the server? Eaten already? You haven't eaten yet? Big nachos at a oh, that sounds like an awesome day. Comedy club, nachos, Minecraft. That sounds great. Ah, whoopsie. That sounds really good. Definitely want nachos now. All right, so apply gravity, no. Have enough enchanted books to fill all the chisel bookshelves. Do they work like that? Do you know Josh Johnson? He's an American. He does a lot of YouTube. He basically does one. Your younger brother owns it. That's really cool. Yeah, he does like one comedy special like a week, and it's different like every week. He does a lot of YouTube. He's really cool. I watch him all the time. He basically just tells the news, but makes it funny. I don't watch TV or listen to the radio or anything like that. So basically, I get all my news from him. That's probably not the best way to do it, but I do. And yeah, if anything like, oh, I did it again. If anything like really bad is happening or anything that I need to know, somebody generally tells me anyway. Most of the time. Okay, so we go 3 down. Oh, it's really hard to hit. It's really easy to hit like the wrong button when you're doing this. Because you flick through so fast, you like kind of hit it and then like you move your mouse up and you hit the next one. Right, so we go 1 up. Lapis, no. 2 up. Okay, and then we'll turn that one a little bit. Sometimes I might like move it over a little bit so it's not like centered on the block, but it's still within the candle. So I'll try that. If I don't like it, I'll bring it back. So I think it's this way. There we go. I might have to move it back this one. Yeah, that's better. You get all your news from YouTubers too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I kind of feel like some days I feel really smart about it, like not like subjecting myself to the news and all that jazz and, you know, just kind of just, oh, so if it's a carved pumpkin that's not a jack-o'-lantern, you can place it on the head. If it's jack-o'-lantern, you have to place it on the arms and put it on the head. Good to know. Yeah, sometimes I feel smart about it. Sometimes I feel stupid about it. But I'm glad I'm not the only one. Stand visible, no. Want to make it smaller. Okay, cool. And then we can just angle it a little bit and move it over maybe one. Oh, that's too much. No, we'll go the other way. Might actually leave that one just straight. Let me go over this way one. And move it forward a little bit. So that's minus. Yeah, cool. And then we'll put like a smaller pumpkin on there. Yes. My gravity, no. Your arms, yes. And we're nearly finished. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. It's really easy to do that too. Stand visible, no. Small stand, yes. Go up a little bit. That's probably too much, but that's okay. I think down one more. No, up one more. It is really hard when you start to change the sizes of armor stands to get it to like work together. This way. And then forward. See, I would like to make this block a smaller block. But because it's like a mini head, you have to like put it in the hand and then somehow like get it straight, and it does not work. Okay, that will just have to do. That'll just have to do. Oh, we could get a sea pickle. Go into my plants box. I've already got it out. Nice. Could get a sea pickle and take away that top block and kind of just place it. Maybe not, because I offsetted it. I'll try it. I'll try it. I feel like YouTubers don't really have the same bases and tired hands like mainstream media. So they have a tendency to be more honest. Yes. Yes. You're 100% correct. 100% correct. They don't have so many people telling them what words to say and what words not to say. And is it that one? Yep. Basically, they've got lots of filters. They've got like all the producers and all the writers and blah, 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 blah. Like telling them what they can and can't say, basically. They might want to say a lot, but they can't necessarily do that. No. I want the pickle. Okay, I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to move all of these. Because the actual like armor stand is in the way. And move that one this way. So we can try and keep organized a little bit. Okay. And then see if we can place. Do I have to place it on something? I might have to place it on something. Which means it's not going to work anyway. That's fine. Move this one back. Okay, and then apart from doing like the leather for my armor stand at the front, this should be all done. Totally extra, and a lot of it is not needed at all, but I love being extra. We'll just make sure there's no unlocked stands here, so we just check target and accidentally unlock too many stands. Cool. It's kind of overly decorated. It's a bit much. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? I wanted to have the skulk sensor. I'm going to have to do it later. I wanted to have the skulk sensor, like, set the shrieker off. So when you open this, it goes, ah, you know, kind of thing. We could have one of these faces in there. So when you open it, you kind of see a face. Or what I like to do also is use the Enderman face. Looks really good in there too, because you just get like the eyes in the darkness and it doesn't look like out of place. So we'll put these in here. there. This away. Super easy to clean. Oh, look, I've got like one armor stand left too. Super easy to clean up. When you have everything organized. Okay, we do this. There we go. Pop that on there. Yes. Definitely want to get this armor stand in there. Okay, so we go high gravity, no. Okay, and then we go to one of these like pose things. I think it's like the death. Yes, and that's like the perfect pose. So stand visible, no. And then you go like down. And then when I do like the shrieker stuff, it might just be in the way a little bit, so I might have to move it. That'd be really neat. Give him a bit of a fright. Yeah. Yeah, I've done it before, so I know I can do it. And it's really, really cool. Like every time you open the chest, it's like, ah! It just like shrieks, and it's like super cool. I love building like as many different elements as you can into the build. So we've got like, see? Like when you just like get that little, you've got to make sure that the armor stand's not blocking you from like opening the chest though, because I'm like clicking there, see? So you've got to put it down like one block, I think. So it's not getting in the way of opening the chest. Yeah, there we go. Don't think it's getting in the way. There we go, and we can still see it. I think it's getting in the way right there. Okay, we'll see if we can lower it down just one more. See if it still works. It still works, okay. And then make sure the chest is still highlighted. It is. And we can still see it. Yay. And now we get the shrieker as well. Okay, cool. We will lock that. Or what I haven't put in is a ender chest. I like making sure I put an ender chest in all my builds. I don't think there's anywhere I can fit an ender chest in here, honestly. Maybe there. We'll put one there. Okay. Still asleep. I think I've still got full bright on, but that's fine because it's YouTube and YouTube makes everything dark. Oh, I missed your comment, but YouTubers have a whole fan base that they have. Yeah. So they might not be inclined depending on what kind of people. Yeah, absolutely. Basically that's all the YouTubers that aren't authentically being themselves have to worry about offending people because they're trying to be somebody that they're not. So basically they get fans that aren't used to them being themselves. But if you just be yourself, and then the fans that you kind of do get from being yourself, there we go. Perfect. We've got an ender chest in our shop. The fans that you do get from being yourself aren't going to worry about you speaking your own mind and stuff. That's really cool. I'm glad I fit that in there. I know I've said it before, but I'm really happy with this head on the corner. I love that head. Oh, little eye blossoms like still lit up. That's really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, so we have this. We can pack that away. Pack these away. And this away. And now we are all tidy for next time that we log in. Always try to leave it like organized. That way next time I log in, I'm like all sorted. And yeah, I'll just go and get some leather to make like this armor stand. Actually, I think I have leather. Or did I use it to make... I think I might have used it to make all my like little carry bags for the last shop that I made. Yeah, I've only got 5 leather. That's not enough. Cool. So we'll go back to base, get some leather, and then come back here and figure that out. Backs, yeah. Not sure how long my wife is going to take to pick up the kids. Because it's her first time picking them up by themselves. They're at a new daycare. It is just around the corner though. It's like a couple of streets over. So I might have to just like quickly jump off, but I will try and get this leather done. And they should be having like just finishing up lunch about now. And then we always pick them up before like nap time, so they don't have to like stress about doing nap time and stuff in like a strange place because they're not quite used to it yet. I'll just say, let me know when you're home, so I get a bit of a warning before they burst in the door. Okay. We might get our rockets out too. There we go. That's a lot faster. You can hear my like little allays in my farm down the bottom. Oh, we did keep a couple of levels. We kept 7 levels. That's good. Okay, leather over here somewhere. I hope I have some. No. I don't need leather. I need this. There we go. We have a whole heap of like leather stuff that we can use. So we got chest plate, pants, and that. And we want to make it kind of some boots. We want to make it kind of spooky, maybe like orangey colors. I think I've got dyes in here. I do. Okay. So want to have some orange, some black. We might have either purple or green, probably green. Okay, so we'll have the chest plate like an orangey color. That's just brown. Okay, we might need some grey instead. Maybe red. Try a bit of brown, and we'll try do it in the crafting table instead. Okay, so we'll get like 3 orange. And some yellow. You never know like what colors it's going to make until you kind of do it a lot. I want it to be like bright, but I also want it to be not just like the plain orange. So maybe like a grey. That looks good. We'll try the other colors too. Try the black. No, we'll use a grey. And then just see if, yeah, that's yuck. A little bit of extra orange. I don't think that makes a difference. Cool. So that will be our top. Might make like greenish pants. That's perfect. And then orange shoes or black shoes. Maybe just black. But like, yeah, that's good. Cool. That was easy. And then do I want to be holding anything? Maybe a hoe. Not certain, but I'd rather have it on me. Let's see what we've got in here. Yeah, golden hoe? I'll take both. There we go. Okay. And use rockets. I could just fly over the ocean. We might do that actually. So we don't have to go through the ugly nether again. Stand up a little bit. Sit down a little bit. Yeah, so this is the shopping district. I pretty much spend all my time here. At the moment, anyway, while I'm smashing out these extra builds. Okay, that wasn't too bad. They are home. I didn't get a text, so I am going to jump off and say thank you very much for watching and tuning in. And yeah, check out the Ender Chest Shulker Box storage video because it's really good and I love it. I love my organization. And yeah, have a good one. See you later.